Thanks, Chris. Hi, everyone. My name is Zakya Hall, and I am Membership and Communications Manager at the Philadelphia Association of Community Development Corporations. At PACDC, we help shine a light on the amazing work that community organizations do every day here in our great city. My own story begins in a small row home on a small block in the Strawberry Mansion, Burytown area. Strawberry Mansion if someone's been shot, Burytown if you're looking to buy a new home. But whatever you call it, I'm so proud to be a North Philadelphian, and I'm especially grateful for the amazing neighbors who have supported me even during the most trying moments in my life. I'll give you a small example from last year. So Target had waters on sale for $2 a case, and I know I'm supposed to be giving up the single-use plastic, but I can't resist a good sale. So I bought about 5 cases of water, and when I got home that day, I was hot, I was tired, I was exhausted, but I still had to carry these 5 cases of water, and as I'm trying to empty my trunk, I hear my phone ringing in my house. So I run into my house, grab my phone to see who's calling, come back outside no more than 45 seconds later, and all the cases of water are gone. So like I said, we're in quarantine, and I don't know about you, but I've questioned my sanity every day while stuck at home. So I thought to myself, maybe I actually brought the cases of water in the house. So I run in the house, check the house, the cases of water aren't there. I come back outside, I look up the block, I look down the block to see if someone's making a quick getaway with these waters, and there's nothing. How could 5 cases of water disappear in what was about 60 seconds now? As it turns out, my neighbor's no good son took the cases of water from my trunk and put them underneath my car to try to teach me a lesson. Little did he know, the only reason why I kept the trunk open and the car unlocked was because I knew that he was outside with his mom, Miss Butter, his brother, Horace, and his cousin, Nikki. As long as they were outside, even if I didn't know whether I was coming or going, I knew my car would be safe and secure. You see, Miss Butter is a special kind of neighbor. She's the type that if you have a package and UPS leaves it on your step, then she's going to pick it up and take it into her house to make sure it's safe, even before UPS gets back into their truck and pulls off. As a matter of fact, she comes to the door when she hears UPS pull up, okay? So Ms. Butter is an amazing, amazing neighbor that I especially value and that has been a tremendous asset to my life. Fast forward about a little over a month later, so this is Labor Day weekend, or the weekend after Labor Day. I come home after another long, exhausting day during COVID, and the block is packed. I mean, I had to circle around the block 2 times to find a parking space. The cars were still coming, and I get out of my car and I'm looking, I'm like, wow, everybody's gathering. They're doing Labor Day Part 2 in a pandemic, no masks. Okay. So, I say, okay, I'm going to walk to my house, mind my business. And I see my old next door neighbor, and he's standing across the street. So I wave to him and I say, hey, Mr. Darrell, how are you? And he doesn't seem too particularly excited to see me. So he said, Zakya, come on over. I have something to tell you. And so I said, okay, what's up? And he said, you don't know, do you? I said, no, what? And he let me know that Miss Butter's son Horace passed away earlier that morning. And as I looked around the crowd, I realized that it wasn't a cookout at all. In fact, there was no food, just Hennessy. And it was a gathering that has become all too familiar in my neighborhood. Over the course of that week, I heard many people say, it's a blessing that Horace died in his sleep instead of being shot in the streets. And that's something that you could only say in a neighborhood like mine. Imagine saying that it's a blessing for a 42-year-old man who had the rest of his life to live to die of a heart attack and say that that was a blessing. As I've watched Miss Butter mourn the loss of her son and try to pick up the pieces of her life, I have nothing but tremendous admiration for her. But I'm especially proud to know her because even in her grief, she's never let me go. She's always kept her eye on me, and she hasn't missed a single package. So when I think about the work that I do at PACDC with community organizations, I think about Miss Butter. I think about my 4 grandparents, all of whom have had to bury a child. I think about the Philadelphians who have have to carry insurmountable burdens every day because of the unjust and unfair world that we live in. But they still live, they still work, they still dream, they still serve one another, they still build communities, and they still love. And I also think of the amazing community organization who believed in those dreams, even when people in positions of power and people with money had wanted nothing to do with those communities. Those community organizations took what little shoestring budgets they had and they made the impossible happen. So when I think about what's next for our communities, I don't know what's coming, but I do know that no matter what, my community is going to ride hard for me, and I'm going to ride even harder for them. I hope that people in positions of power recognize the value and the love and the trust that already exists in these communities and invest in them full throttle. Invest in our lives, invest in our neighborhoods, in our schools, in our businesses, and in our futures, because our lives depend on it. Thank you.